you don't know how to get out from underneath it. That crushing weight that lands as soon as you wake up on Monday morning, and on Tuesday morning, and on Wednesday morning, and on Thursday morning, and on Friday morning. And the only reason Friday is slightly less bad is because you know that you'll have Saturday and Sunday between. And even though you're so successful, you're high achieving, brilliant woman, and you have the dream corporate job that you wanted, or you've got this incredible business that you created, and you got there and it's like you don't even know what the hell you're doing there anymore. This vision that you had for yourself and your life and your career is nothing like what you thought it was going to be. And it certainly resembles nothing from where you started. And so if any of that sounds like something that you've experienced or you're going through right now, then hi, my name is Jen. I'm the founder and owner of Laughing Lotus Wellness, transformational purpose coach and expert. And what I do is work with women just like you who are in a place, and I've been there, where they have success and they can't feel it anymore. It's just lost its drive. It's lost, the passion's gone, the creativity dried up. It just feels like everything that you once had your hands around, that you knew was the space where you were going to create impact and legacy, is like crumbling beneath your fingers. And I want to say this to you, it doesn't mean you didn't do those things. And at one point, it wasn't the exact thing you wanted, that you haven't carved out a path for yourself, right? But right now, you need a lane change. And that's what I love doing, is when I work with women, what we do is we work together to get clarity around where you've been, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. And whether it's where you are right now or whether you need to make what I call a lane change, that's what we figure out in our work together. And we get you the tools to work through the stuff that's kind of anchoring you in and down, to elevate and allow you to rise up again, right? Like the lotus, like, right? It's like underneath that murky, dark pond, and we want to release and allow you to kind of come up into the sunshine again. That's what we do in our work together. So for those of you that don't know me real well, I was a clinical social worker for over 20 years. I'm still one, but in a very traditional setting. So I did a lot of psychotherapy for over 20 years. And so what I really love doing is supporting clients through all of those years in really tapping into their dreams, like teaching them how to reach, right? Which is really just rocking the experience of allowing yourself to climb higher. I wanted them to reach for where they wanted to go. I wanted them to have bold vision and dreams for their lives. And lots of times where I was in their work with them at that juncture, a lot of times that was steps to be prepared to take the big steps, because they had maybe gone through something really traumatic or tragic or hard. And so we had to kind of get through some of that and do some healing before they were actually in a space to kind of step fully in. And so I'm calling in that woman who's like done some of her work, but she is ready to take big strides into where she wants to go. And so I want to tell a story, and I just love this. This is one of my favorite stories. I call myself out on how I coach here a little bit. I was in my membership, and we were doing a call on vision, and it was a really fun coaching session where I had all the women kind of talking through where they want to go, etc. And it got to the end, and it's this really introverted woman who I love, and I'm like, what's your vision? And she's like, I don't have one. I'm like, this is my face. Bullshit. I like literally call her out. I'm like, I already know you have one. You can't pull that on me. And she's laughing, right? She knows me, because I would never like intentionally be mean to someone. She's cracking up because she knows I'm going to come at her with my humor, right? I'm like, sister, like, I already know. She's like, okay, all right. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to have an advocacy program. Like, there it is. So what I want to say is that, I really truly believe in your heart that every single one of us has this vision, an audacious dream for something that we want to do or achieve in our lives. And the purpose is sort of like the fuel that'll always get you there. And so sometimes we talk about purpose in a way that actually isn't useful, because we'll talk about a role or we'll talk about whatever, but that's for another day. But I just want to say that I really truly believe that in your heart of hearts, like, I had to call her out, but I knew it was in her. And she was like, yeah, I totally have this vision. Okay. So what I want you to do for a moment is I want you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. If you're somewhere where you can't do it right now, just come back and listen again. We won't take a long time, but I do want you to not obviously do this when you're like, in your car or you're in the middle of something important. You want to just take a minute to do this. And so what I really invite you to do is close your eyes or soften your gaze and find a focal point. And we've talked for weeks now about reaching, right? Really rocking that experience of allowing yourself, giving permission to step fully into who you were meant to be, to climb higher, to elevate, to game change or make decisions, right? And so we've stepped into some beautiful places to help you find and use those rungs from one moment to the next to keep going higher and higher in your journey. And what I want you to do right now is imagine that you can go in and with this incredible light, shine into your heart space, shine into your mind space, and shine into the mid-body, that solar plexus. An incredible healing light. And what it's removing is all of your doubt. Game changer. Breathing, eyes closed, or soften gaze, and just imagining this incredible healing light flooding in through the heart space, the mind space, and that belly, that gut space of instinct and confidence and willpower. And it is lit up, and with every single fiber of your being, sensing that as you're lit up, as you're healed, that your doubt is completely eradicated. And as you sit here with that breath, feeling with every single cell in your body, complete confidence, I want you to allow your mind to go for a moment to what you see, what happens for you when you release any shred of doubt and step fully into your confidence. Standing, if you will, imagining legs maybe 2 feet apart, your hands are on your waist, your heart is shining forward, such a power stance. And what I want to invite you to do is in that powerful stance, even if it's imagined, and that heart is shining forward and you are filled with healing light and love and awareness. And there is no doubt. It's all been taken away, filled in with incredible confidence, assuredness, drive. And imagine what you would do with that. Visualizing for just a couple of moments, what would you do with the freedom of that doubt? When you release that doubt and it goes away, what shows up in your heart? What shows up on your heart? What do you visualize and imagine for your wild and precious life? What would you reach for? Giving yourself permission to imagine that you have incredible momentum and you are using all of your strength to climb from one rung to the next, to the next, to the next. And that at the end of that journey, you know you're going to climb to some place that you were meant to be. And what is that? What does it look like for you? What does it feel like in your body to imagine the ability, the capacity to leave behind the doubt? Reaching and reaching and reaching for your goals until you get them. Rocking the experience of allowing yourself to climb higher. Grateful for the rungs of opportunity and joy and passion and drive and direction, clarity, hope and trust, strength. And now coming back into the body, anchoring in through the seat, sensing where you are in your space. Coming back into the breath, really feeling the breath. You might even place a hand over your heart. Just sensing the fluid movement of the breath. And taking a moment to take stock here. What does it feel like in your body? What does it feel like in your heart? What does it feel like in your mind? Where did you go and what did you see? And when you could release some of that stuff holding you back, what did it feel like? What was different? And I'm going to ask you to put that in the comments below. I want you to comment for me about what was different when you stepped into your greatness, when you were willing to let go of some of the bullshit you've been carrying around. What shows up for you? So, if this was helpful today, and this was just one little snippet, I would love to invite you to do a Rise for Purpose phone call with me. I love connecting with you so much. You do not understand the joy that I get when I get to chat with you specifically about where you are and where you want to go, and how we can support harnessing that ability for you to reach and rise and grow. And so I have a Rise for Purpose phone consultation that I do. It's completely free. And I would love for you to sign up for one so you and I can get to know each other. And I can support you in starting to figure out some of the steps and tools that you might use in order to reach and climb higher. So if you'd like to do that, you go to laughinglotuswellness.com. That's laughinglotuswellness.com/connect, or you can just go right on my home page at laughinglotuswellness.com and click on connect. Send me an email. Hey Jen, this is so-and-so. I'd love to connect with you and do that Rise for Purpose phone call. This is what I'm kind of working on, and I'm going to send you my link to schedule. Super easy, super quick. That's just the starting point that I like to get us kind of rolling in. And so if you reach out to me, we're going to get you that link and get you set up and squared away. And you and I are going to see if we can't help you reach exactly into the space that you were meant to in order to create incredible impact in this journey and this lifetime. So as always, my friends, this is Jen, sending you blessings, love, and light, supporting you on your rise on your path to purpose.